Hello and welcome to another World of Warships with me, Bubblebox. And of course, the World of Warships went into open beta a week or two ago. They did wipe all the closed beta people's accounts, so we're all starting from the same position, even though some of us have got a little bit of experience in the game. In this video series, I've been going through each of the ships as I unlock them, and I'm going to continue to do that. I'm not going to go over all the ones that I've done already because the stats and everything are pretty much exactly the same. However, they have added a tier 1 Japanese cruiser, the Hashidate, and so I'm going to do a video on that one today. So this is the Hashidate. We can have a very quick look at its stats and then move on to some gameplay with this ship. So survivability wise, well, it's got a combat capability, or a hit points as I call them, of 12,400. This compares favourably against the tier 1 Erie of the USA of 9,900, and of course you're going to be coming up a lot against a lot of other Hashidates and Eries tier 1 ships in your gameplay with this ship, as well as tier 2 ships, destroyers and cruisers as well. You won't though be coming up against aircraft carriers or battleships unless you're really unlucky, I guess. Artillery wise, main guns, it's got only 2 main batteries, 2 turrets on each battery. We've got one on the bow of the ship here, a double turreted gun on the bow of the ship, and another double turreted gun on the stern of the ship. Stats wise, rate of fire 11, turn radius 18, dispersion 83, and a 10% chance of starting a fire. So if you fire enough shells to the enemy, you're going to start a fire on their ship fairly quickly. Compared to the Erie of the USA, the Erie probably slightly got the edge on you artillery wise. Remember, you've got the edge on them health wise. They've got a little bit of the edge on you artillery wise. They've got the 4 single guns, which means if one of their batteries go out, or if one of your batteries go out, you lose 2 guns. Whereas one of theirs goes out, then you lose 1. They've got a slightly higher chance of starting a fire, and I think they've got a slightly faster fire rate than you as well. Of course, this is all on teched up stuff. So that's the main batteries. It's got really nice AA guns, but unfortunately in the games you're not going to be using the anti-air guns on this ship because you're not going to be coming across any aircraft on the lower tiers of the game. Maneuverability wise, well, it's got a maximum speed of 19.8 knots, which isn't that fast, to be honest. Certainly a lot slower than the tier 2 cruisers and the destroyers that you're going to come across in game. The turning circle and the rudder shift time are okay, but not amazing. Again, it's not the fastest thing, it's not the most maneuverable thing for a cruiser. Concealment wise, it's fairly stealthy actually, at 7.7 kilometers to surface detectability, and again the air detectability range doesn't really count in this game. So that's really the stats. Really you want to be comparing it to the Erie, I suppose, of the USA, and as I say, you've got the advantage of them in health points, slight disadvantage in the artillery, I would think, against the Erie. So that's about it. Let's get into a game and see what this ship can do. So here we are in battle with the Hashidate. Basically designed as a light patrol gunboat for coastal operations. As we said in the stats, fairly well armed, okay armoured for this tier. We're going to be up against Eries in this battle, other Hashidates, and some we are up against some tier 2 destroyers and a few tier 2 cruisers as well. We've got a few of those on our side as well. Now what I've decided to do in this battle is I'm going to kind of follow this destroyer that's 3k's ahead of us, and hopefully that will spot ships for us so that we can get into position and get the jump and get first shots off on anything that we see. Hopefully we'll be able to come across maybe a tier 2 destroyer that's spotted for us, or another Hashidate. What I don't really want to come up against is the tier 2 cruisers, or a tier 2 destroyer that spots us before we spot them. So it looks like we've got a tier 2 cruiser going into that gap, as well as our destroyer that's lit off a few torpedoes ahead, and we've got another destroyer up ahead as well. Now that destroyer's just let off a couple of 4 more torpedoes, and yeah, that's a bit risky because our it's the cruiser is just ahead of it and might run into them if it's not careful. Now we've spotted a destroyer there. It's just out of range at the moment, so I'm just going to keep going forward and just go over to the right a bit to try and get both my batteries. It's in range now. We'll just put a spotting round in to see where we are. Been detected now, of course, and that looks like a nice range. We have to fire away and try and get a few hits on the destroyer. It did just turn there. It scrubbed a bit of speed, which means my shots just dropped a bit early, but I'll keep firing. Try and get one more salvo off, try and get over the mountain, get a hit on it. I think they're going to hit the mountain though, yeah. So we'll just turn to the right a little bit and hope that destroyer doesn't turn around and keeps moving so that it pops out the other side of the mountain and we can get some shots off. Now if they're a decent captain, they would have changed course. Because they would have known we'd be waiting for them, but at this low tier people often don't make those sorts of decisions, so hopefully that'll pop out from behind that mountain in a minute and we'll be able to take a few more shots at it. Looks like the bulk of their fleet's actually gone, the enemy's fleet's actually gone out on the other side of the map. But here's the destroyer coming out the other side. You can see it's 4.6 k's away, so we'll try and get some shots on that as soon as it appears. It's nice and close this time, no need for a spotting round, should be able to hit that. Try and get as many off as I can before it either disappears or runs away or sets smoke or something. It's actually turning towards me at the moment, I think. It's actually heading... Well, it's just trying to go behind that mountain, I think. It's not even firing back, but it's been destroyed and that's our first kill. So I've just spotted another destroyer behind it, but that's been taken out as well. We've lost 2 ships. In fact, that might have been one of our destroyers just got destroyed. There's some torps, so we're just turning to avoid that torpedo. That must have just loosened off a couple of torpedoes just before it died there, that ship. So I did spot a cruiser back here, and we're going to head back here in the danger zone, as I call it on this map. I hate going into this little zone, especially on higher tier ships, because you're so confined, the space is so confined in there. I hate it. It's actually, you go in there, you're probably going to die. But we're going to go for this cruiser up here on the left now. We've already got a couple of destroyers there heading towards the middle on our team, and we've already got a cruiser in there, so we're going to head up and see if we can get some shots on this cruiser. Now this isn't the most exciting gameplay, mainly because this ship is quite slow. It takes a bit of time to get it in position. We haven't taken any damage yet, so we're doing okay. We've got 1 kill, and we'll try and get some shots off on this cruiser. Probably our other cruiser's getting shots off on it as well, hopefully. Yeah, it's taking shots at it, taking some shots as well. So we should be able to get both our guns on this guy. And he's concentrating on the other cruiser, so we'll get some shots off. Oh, we're a little bit... he's not going as fast as I thought he was going. Maybe he's just scrubbed some speed because he's just turned, so I'll keep the distance. So we'll get a couple of hits maybe. Yeah, a couple of hits. He is trying to dodge. He knows there's a lot of people after him. They're going to miss. Just try and judge where he's going. Yeah, he's kind of weaving. He's just turned the other way again. They might... Yeah. One might hit. Oh, just missed just in front of him. I should get a salvo off this time though. Yeah, there we go. So he's trying to get away. He's in trouble now. They've got some torpedoes. Oh, they're just... they were just out of range there. Oh, that's a nice salvo into the back of the ship. I'm just spraying him around a little bit because he is dodging and weaving, and he goes down. Didn't get the kill that time, but got some nice hits on him. So we're going to turn now around this island, and if we don't spot anything on the way, we're going to head to the middle. You can see one of their cruisers already in the capture zone, but that's not a big problem. Our biggest problem is that we've lost a lot more ships than the enemy. Looks like we've been slaughtered on the right hand side of the map. However, I'm hoping these 2 destroyer players are quite good, and we might be able to claw our way back into this match. One of our destroyers is moving into the capture zone. Again, this ship, very slow. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get into position. Now, there is a cruiser there. So I'm going to head straight for it. Basically, I need to head straight for their zone because they're going to win otherwise, basically. Because we're a bit short on manpower. We're only one ship less than them. Now, that's a tier 2 cruiser. So we're going to head steam forward. Now, there's another cruiser up there. Well, in fact, there's 3 cruisers. So I could be in a bit of danger here. I'm going to steam forward. I'm going to be in a bit of danger, but I think we've got to go forward into the capture zone because all their ships are going to be in the capture zone. And now Destroyer's so close now they can spot him and he's going to die, I think. So there's a tier 1. I think, are they 2 tier cruisers? I think they're both tier 2 cruisers I'm firing at now. So luckily we've got some torpedoes going for them. Hopefully at least one of them will hit, maybe 2. Oh, and they actually ran out again. Range wrong again from our torpedo. I'm on fire, so we'll just put that out. I'm going to probably die soon because I've got 3 cruisers against me, although hopefully they might concentrate on the destroyers. But this ship seems to have stopped, so maybe its engines are out. I think it's actually going backwards, so we'll just try and kill this one first because it's on the lowest health. Now I'm only being able to use 2 of my guns at the moment, so I managed to take that one down, the one that was on low health, but I'm just going to tilt over to the left bit to try and get both my batteries firing at this next guy, this tier 1 cruiser. A few hits. I really need to do some serious damage now. He's firing at me, back at me now. I'm on half health, so I'm not in a brilliant position. He's gone behind the rock here though. I should take out one of his guns, just get one more salvo over the top there, and need to switch because there's another cruiser. Now one of my guns are out. I'm just going to take this cruiser this time, and now my rudder's out, so he's going backwards actually, so my shots landed a bit in front, so we need to just shoot him. I don't know why he's going backwards, I'm sure. I think he's trying to get behind the island for some reason. Try and get a couple more. Got one over the top anyway. Now this other cruiser's popped out from behind the island. I'll just repair my rudder now, my engine now, so I can get some speed up. So at least I'm back in a one-on-one position. I'm also side on to this guy, so he can only use 2 of his guns, whereas I can use all of my guns, although my health is very low now. He's still on over half health, but I've got both my guns going, so hopefully I can do him some serious damage before he does me damage. Now he's got all his guns on me. He's turned sideways on. So it's just, I'm really at a disadvantage here, but there's no way out of this. I'm probably going to die. But we'll keep firing. All we could do is setting him on fire. Oh, he's on fire now. Oh, I'm on really low. I'm on fire now. I haven't got my repair. I've got my repair up now. I can just quickly press that, put the fire out, but it's too late. And he finally gets me. What a shame. So, oh, and we actually destroyed him. He was on fire as well. So we ended up with 3 kills. Yeah, so not a bad game. Got 3 kills. I'm dead. We'll just wait around to see. I'll just wait around. I'll cut just to see the end. Oh, in fact, the game's over. I think that's it. And we got defeated, unfortunately. But I think we did okay. Three ships down. And that's it really. That's the Hashidate in a nutshell, basically. It's a little bit of luck. Just get yourselves into some nice positions. Try to go one-on-one. Try not to take 2 ships on at the same time. Try to go for the tier 1s, maybe for the destroyers, and avoid the tier 2 cruisers. And you should do okay with your Hashidate. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vid. Please do give us a like and comment and subscribe if you fancy it, and I'll see you in the next one.